Just today, on November 9th, this article came out on Newsweek. It says, Russia warns of radiation disaster as it ramps up nuclear war talk. So, is all this nuclear war talk just a bluff? Or will Putin actually plunge us into nuclear war? Let's see what people on the streets of New York City have to say.
Осталось 3 секунды. 2, 1, 0.
That he'll nuke the West?
Yeah.
Like just straight up pull the trigger one day?
Yeah, either on countries in Europe, part of NATO, or even America itself.
No.
And why is that?
I think he's aggressive, but he's smart, just like the people in our own government. He has an agenda, for sure, but it's not to, like, cause total annihilation of the U.S. It's more so to undermine things that are currently happening, and it's been pretty evident through political climates lately that, like, we're in our own version of a Cold War now, and we're, trying to put all kinds of restrictions on them, and they're trying to undermine us and make alliances with China and India again, and yeah, I think there's a lot more to it than just he's gonna bomb us one day.
So there's been a lot of talk about nuclear war with Russia lately. Do you think that Putin will nuke the West?
Personally, no. I think he has a lot more to lose from that than he has to gain. I don't think it's out of the question that he might use a nuclear device in Ukraine, but I don't think he would nuke the West, no.
No. I don't think he would, because it would kind of too many places, but it is still a thing that I worry about.
You said, do I think Russia would nuke the West?
Yeah.
Honestly, nah. I mean, yeah, Russia's a powerhouse, but America's an even bigger powerhouse, you feel me? That we got all the nuclear guns, the missiles and all that. We just a bigger country in overall.
Do you feel like Putin will nuke the West?
No.
Why is that?
Well, he doesn't want to end life on the planet. I don't think our government wants to end life on the planet. So, no, they're not going to go there. The danger is, of course, an error. If you look at the history of near-nuclear accidents, near-nuclear wars, you'll find out a flock of birds one time nearly set off a nuclear explosion, a nuclear war. You'll find out that a submarine that was under the ocean was about to come to the surface and fire their missiles, thinking World War III had begun. And it was a sub-lieutenant who said, "Captain, do you realize what you're saying? You're going to destroy the world." And they didn't do it. It's come this close so many times. So we're in danger of just some stupid accident.
I honestly don't know. I really don't. It can go either way, honestly. I hope not, but it's possible.
I would hope not.
The West is in the U.S.
Collectively, NATO, America.
We have to wait and see. I don't think so, but up for interpretation.
What do we have to wait and see for? For them to nuke us?
No, like we have to see if they're in a bad mood or how they're feeling.
How does that make you feel that it's a possibility?
I think anxious. I think it would make anyone feel anxious.
More of it being a possibility, I feel like America should be a little bit more up on the restrictions of certain things and pay attention to more surrounding countries instead of just worrying about themselves. That's how I feel.
If there's a possibility of accidents like that, how does that make you feel?
Well, I mean, I don't have to worry about my retirement or old age if they zap us all. Look at the bright side. We won't have to worry about whatever. No, how does it make you?
Any more problems? Everything will just disappear.
Pretty much, yeah, all at once. Your molecules will be spread 3 states wide in a flash of an instant, and might be pleasant, might be a liberation.
We'll never know unless it happens.
It's not going to happen. I have friends who think the aliens are going to step in and save our ass.
And how does that make you feel?
I mean, at least as long as my death is swift, I guess. I mean, it's awful. I hope that that's not the case, but I think everybody is kind of concerned about it because of the way that things are going. But even they would lose all power if they did that, I feel like.
That's true.
So.
I'll say what my grandfather told me before he died. He was a poli-sci major at Berkeley, actually. He told me that it felt like it did right before World War II. So, yeah, that was about 4 years ago. Who knows what will happen? We live in a much faster time than we did then, and I think you can't really be as subversive as they were then. The way in which things are done, they could just start a war. Now if we start a war, you've got a phone and you're asking me a question on the street.
People who talk about the Ukraine forget that we overthrew their government in 2014. A democratically elected government was overthrown by Vice President Biden. He oversaw it. Newland was there handing out cookies to foment the revolution in the streets. We don't interfere with foreign governments, but we do give cookies to protesters. What? Today they admit that there's U.S. soldiers on the ground in Ukraine. That came out today.
That's true.
Business as usual, right? Think of all the arms they're selling, destroying, and replacing. How much did we give them so far? $70 billion?
That's a lot.
That could make college education free. That could
help people living in poverty in the United States.
It could help the homeless. It could educate the people. It could build our infrastructure. Europeans come here and go, look, man, I don't hurt your feelings, but your country's crumbling. Your highways, your trains, your bridges. It's shameful.
Since it is a possibility, how does that make you feel?
Terrified. Legit.
Well, it's scary, but there's not much you can do. You just watch the news and inform yourself, but for the rest, I can't really do much.
The world is kind of constantly teetering on a knife edge, you know, so we've been here before. It's not unprecedented, and I doubt we'll actually end up in a nuclear war.
I mean, I don't think it's going to happen because, I mean, if they do nuke the West, it'll just be like, you know, world domination for everyone, so... But if they do, make sure you die on the first wave.
Okay, good tip. All right, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more. It would mean a lot to me if you do because it would help grow this channel a lot faster. And let me know in the comment section below what questions you'd like for me to ask people on the streets next time.